Greetings, one and all, from Epcot. I'm Tony in Laughing Place headquarters east with Jeremiah in the park today. Jeremiah, what's going on?
Well, I really just want to walk over and focus on two international cast members filming a TikTok video, but we won't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I just looked over. They're totally just doing TikTok videos
While working?
No, they're
Okay.
they're on family. You could just tell that they were cast members. You know
Yeah.
that whole feel. First, I'd like to apologize to everybody. I was running late because I spilled stuff and I had to go change. That's a dumb story. But then as I'm pulling into the parking lot, it's always when you need to get somewhere that you have this car that stops and talks to the parking person because they don't understand what's going on. And 3 minutes later, I'm just like, come on. But we're here now. We are live from Epcot. We are here to explore the new Celebration Gardens because we have not explored them. Well, you did, but
live anyway. We've not explained them live. We do have a video kind of going through, but we haven't really checked them out on a live stream yet.
Yeah.
I did also put in the description that it's the Festival of the Holidays is continuing. So that too. But yes.
Yeah. It is the Festival of the Holidays. Yay! Today is a very gloomy day.
It is. I'm not too far from where you are. I made a quick run outside to go get some caffeinated beverage from a mermaid, and it's windy and gray.
Yeah, it is gloomy. Originally, I think tonight I was supposed to be recording Luminous for my fourth viewing over here at the Celebration Gardens, but this wind is not going to be very helpful, so we'll see how that all
goes. Who's doing Candlelight tonight? Is it still Brendan Fraser?
Yes. Tonight is his third day. I was lucky enough to make it to see him yesterday. He did a great job. You could definitely tell that he's not used to speaking that much because his voice was very raspy, and that was his sixth show. So tonight, by show 9, I'm guessing he's going to be talking like this.
Yeah, you can kind of hear it in my voice. That was me the other day. So
yeah. No, but beautiful. Like, he did a great job. Very emotional.
I saw a clip, and it seemed more dramatic than other performers I've seen.
Yeah. He just didn't do Mummy. He's an Academy Award winner.
Did someone bring him his coffee?
I made the joke to like 3 different cast members, and they all laughed about that. Here's something I don't think I've seen. There's no line.
Oh, what? Wait, hold on. Let's go back. A line for what, Jeremiah?
A line for the Walt the Dreamer.
Yep.
Let's have 3 different names for it. Oh, there is somewhat, but...
Okay, yeah. Compared to December 5th when it opened to everybody, and that thing was an hour long, weaving back and forth where those planter boxes were.
No, this is 5-7 people deep. I mean, there are more custodial people out here than there are in line. That's not true, but... Yeah, so here is Dreamer's Point with Walt the Dreamer that is off-center because this is supposed to be more of Walt just looking off, not a statue of him that everybody's supposed to pose next to.
As people sit next to him and pose.
And wave to us. Yes, but... People get inducted. And it also is nice that it's off-center. I know we talked about this little notch next to it, is so if you're in a wheelchair or in an ACV, you can just pull in right next to it and hang out with Walt.
Now, folks, tuned in, we are live. Feel free to comment, ask questions. We are at Epcot today, checking out World Celebration Garden, full celebration. A little bit of what's going on with the International Festival of the Holidays. And if you haven't yet, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, get notified whenever we go live at the parks, like we do fairly often around here.
So I didn't come over here when we were here or since to actually look at this, but...
There's actually outlets in those ones.
Yeah.
I was with you when we saw that they had the USB and the USB-Cs. That one doesn't have the USB-C, though, it looks like.
Yeah, just USB-C and outlets. So that's interesting that some have USB-A, USB-C, and then some have the outlets. So. Yeah, people are taking advantage of just sitting in the chairs. I missed the story of apparently these chairs on opening day, people who had white clothing on were coming in with stain on them because they probably were just stained recently.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I didn't sit in them. I was wearing white that day, which I know I shouldn't have been because it's after Labor Day.
Exactly. This section right here, I'm guessing, what is it, February 24th? Was that the day? I only saw it briefly, the announcement for Flower and Garden returning.
Let me confirm. Stand by. I did see that the dates were announced. I didn't see what they were, though.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they put in this planter box.
Do you think we'll see anything for Festival of the Arts?
It would be nice, especially like putting Figment there, but Figment will end up in front of Imagination. Hey, I really could
February
just
28th.
sit.
That would be correct. February 28th.
That was close. Yeah, I could easily
and run through the spring.
sit.
So apparently, there's no end date.
Well, everything is now perpetual festival.
Yep. Thank you, Mac. Mac also coming in to confirm February 28th.
The inside of a planter.
And then Mac confirms no end date in sight on the site right now. You said Figment, and I thought of something that I heard recently on a podcast featuring a lot of Disney animators. Figment is not in Once Upon a Studio, even though Robin is from the animation tour. So they said that opened the door to like a lot of theme park characters. And they said, well, we looked at Figment, but Figment was never animated by Walt Disney animators. He was outsourced back in the day.
Yeah, you could tell by looking at those old videos.
Yep.
More of the wall of Communicore Plaza is definitely being put up. I'm guessing that they'll probably stay like this until after January 3rd.
Is everybody on a holiday break?
Yeah. No, we'll get through tomorrow? Is tomorrow Friday? Yeah.
Yes. I keep thinking today is Friday for some reason.
I've been off all week long. I love this little seating area. This, I could sit right over there. You have a great view of Spaceship Earth, the light towers. Again, it's just a beautiful... It puts the park back in theme park. That's one of those shirts that should be made.
I don't know. That's fighting real hard against Mom's Love Soarin'.
Oh, there's Pluto.
Pluto! Even with those earmuffs on, his hearing is still fantastic.
I know. Definitely heard us walking up. Oh, so they put Pluto in. Oh no, Daisy's in the. We don't call this World Nature Garden.
Good afternoon, Caleb.
So those of you who have not watched our video from December 5th, these large towers actually hold a lot of the show controls. So
yeah,
when it comes time to do programming, that kind of stuff, I mean, you can kind of see there's a door right here. So they just pop it open and plug in and poof.
We here at Laughing Place do not condone popping open doors and plugging things in.
And going poof.
That also.
This area is just so relaxing. I am looking forward to this music being on streaming so I can fall asleep to it.
That was one of my favorite moments between us on December 5th because you were recording that, and I feel like you looked over your shoulder to make sure because I was live tweeting it.
Yeah.
And I feel like you were like, "Did you hear it?"
Yeah.
And we were the only ones who apparently did.
I know, because I started the conversation before I kind of thought it was going to be more of a tour, that they told us it's going to be a tour, not just a Q&A.
Yeah.
So when I started off that question, I'm like, oh, I wasn't recording all that, but I got that part. Yeah, I had multiple people ask me later, it's like, they're going to put that up online? I'm like, yeah, you guys weren't paying attention. We were.
Mac says, what about those little doors with the outlets? Are you talking about the ones we already showed where you plug in, Mac? Because he wants to know, what is their purpose? Clarify which doors.
Yeah, that doesn't help me. I love how wide open this walkway is, but I've also been walking out after Luminous, and these walkways are not wide enough.
I think they did the Animal Kingdom approach. I can't remember what I was watching, but they were talking about things. I think it was Imagineering Story on Disney Plus, and they were talking about how they took the idea of the 40-foot wide like requirement in terms of crowds going in and out, like the Main Street USA or whatever, and divided it up into 4 10s, so it still has that 40 feet width, but there's multiple ways. And I'm like, here for Epcot, I don't know if that mentality would kind of work, but I guess you still could go on the either side of it. So I don't know. For now, because they're closing up that Nemo walkway soon, if they haven't yet.
Well, this wall is still up. This is the other side of Moana.
Okay.
And then apparently there are walls that are up because there was a leak somewhere. And this is, third-hand source that I'm hearing this from, but it was publicized, so I'm going to say it anyway. That they're keeping the walls up. So I don't know if it is this or if it is over by the Moana meet and greet, but yeah, there's a wall that's the backside of the restrooms over there. So there could be something more coming. A great spot for just like a popcorn cart.
Max says, we don't condone popping open doors and plugging things in. On a show control system, the regular outlets, sure, because that's why they're there. Or actually, no, I don't condone it. That way they're there when I'm ready to go remote work from Epcot. Never mind. No, don't do it, everybody. Leave those available for me.
Just stay away from all those. One of the other things that we did...
Are we going to walk through Moana?
Sure, we'll walk through Moana.
Yay! Not the character, the Journey of Water inspired by Moana.
Yeah, I think it is that wall that is right over there that is the walkway that they have now closed off because there was some type of leak, from what I understand. So yes, we're Journey of Water, inspired by Moana. Here's the water cycle.
Stone's as excited as I am.
If all of a sudden I start moving fast, it's because I'm getting too wet. Wow, started a trend. Everybody's coming in here now.
Rain.
Tafiti. This is still one of my favorites of everybody forming a line for the first musical. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Like 3D here. And really, of all of the different ones that seem to the water doesn't feel playful. The stream over here seems to be the one that every time I've come, there's been multiple of these spots down.
Interesting.
Also, just look at that view right there. Here, we'll stand on the stream and wave in front and see. Oh, look! The water's looking back! Yay!
Have you ever seen a stream jump like that in nature?
Yeah, over by Figment. Isn't that all nature? Oh no, that's... Hey, look! It's Hey Hey. We're doing the wet path.
Hey Hey or Pua? Popcorn or churro? Hey Hey or Pua?
Well, I appreciate how Disney did a pretty good swerve with Hey Hey and Pua. Because I can remember seeing all the Pua stuff early on, like, oh, Pua's going to be the thing. Nope, it was all Hey Hey.
Well, Hey Hey originally was cut from the movie, and then the supervising animator made a little reel of him pecking rocks instead of seeds, and they said, oh, we got to put him back in.
Are you sure that's not just the Pocahontas story?
That I'm going with what Jared Bush shared at, I believe it was Destination D in 2016.
Pua's getting kind of worn down already. But I will never forget the first time I came through here as a guest and I was trying to show somebody Pua, and somebody just was leaning right there, had no clue, and they were like, excuse me, can we look at this? And they took a step forward, like, look, there's Pua, and they just were so embarrassed.
Mac with a 7-year-old-ish Halloween Horror Nights reference. Island, 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 island. All these poor riders seem a little stuck. I'm not singing it right now. And then Kyle adds, I thought you weren't supposed to go into that area if you have Pua.
So there's Moana's canoe. Can you see it? Canoe? And of course...
Work on that and come back later. I just realized, did you walk through the water curtain and I missed it? I think you did. It's fine.
Totally.
I was face palming because of Kyle's comment.
Yeah. There's the village crazy lady.
You know what? I don't think I've ever noticed that one before.
That was actually the first one I noticed. I saw Tafiti in the entrance because they call it out. But yeah, this one, especially at night, she looks amazing.
I'll have to go back at night and look for that one. I don't think I've ever processed that one.
And then one of the biggest pinch points in all of Disney parks. And
more than Disneyland's Adventureland?
Yes, because everybody stops right here. As I'm against the rail, nobody can see me. So, have you noticed the heart of Tafiti that is down right there?
Go on.
It's behind the waterfall.
Okay.
Yeah, this right here. I would sit here all night and just look at this view.
Are there still multiple PhotoPass photographers, or is it just that one?
Just the one.
Okay.
And of course, I think they just tore this out of Camp Minnie Mickey and brought it over here. Daisy
I don't see Donald's nephews fishing. No, they weren't fishing. They were hiking. Who was fishing?
Goofy. Wasn't that Goofy and Mickey? And Goofy had like a boot or something.
All I know is that water feature's still there.
Yeah.
And that's my stupid favorite tidbit about Avatar Land. Sorry, Pandora, the world of Avatar.
Oh, oh, there it is. I was like, did they turn off the jumping water here? I really don't want to walk through here, but I will. Okay, let's stand right here and do it.
But they got to get everybody to do it together as one.
I know. There we go. My favorite thing is when we did the special media tour where there's two of us, and I was alone. Oh, I just got splashed all over the place. I was alone, and I got to run that, and the wave follows you as you run through there. So really
Oh, nice.
And Moana.
Why'd you say it like the
Moana.
kid animals in Tarzan? Piranha? No, that's not right. That's not Tarzan. That's Darla, Finding Nemo.
Yeah. No, when
I'm a piranha.
Cantor talks about the piranha also.
Okay, but does he say it like that?
I don't think so, because he's scared of them.
He's scared of everything.
The splash pad is working, but it's on very low right now.
Good advice from a mom.
Yep, don't get
in a splash pad. How wet is too wet?
And I'm looking at myself. I'm not too wet.
Hooray!
So I was going to walk down this walkway over here, but as I said, it's closed. But we did also confirm that this walkway, which is a backstage area that they created a walkway while all the construction, this will be closed off probably after the new year also. Fence will be there, so it will go back to, oh, Moana's out in her winter garb. Sorry. I don't think I've ever seen Moana in her winter garb.
I know it has changed, or maybe it hasn't. When it first came out, it almost looked like she was like wrapped as a baked potato.
It's still a potato. That's a bit interesting for the winter garb. Okay, so there's Moana and Celebration Garden. There's the sun.
Kyle says that looks like Moana Hontus.
Isn't there some breaking news about Flower and Garden everybody should be working on?
I wouldn't say breaking. I think they announced that this morning.
That was the big news of the day. Flower and Garden. The festival has been around for 30 years. They're coming back.
Was it? Was that the big news of the day?
That and Deadpool 3 is the most anticipated movie of 2024.
Max says, no, Germ, that's done. You're welcome. I was thinking they were talking about Jay Rizzullo and Nelson Peltz and that whole thing. I'm not. That's a foreign language to me. Let's be real. But I just saw Jay Rizzullo and I thought of all back when Disney parks tried to become one thing so they would all be the same. And that was under Rizzullo. So, like you would go to the stores in the parks and see, it wouldn't say Magic Kingdom or Walt Disney World. It would just say Disney Parks.
Oh, hey, they pushed back this wall too. So,
Kyle says there is bigger news. I can tell you because if I write it, it's big news. I'm guessing it has something to do with the Nelson Peltz and Jay Rizzullo. Go ahead. Sorry, Jeremiah.
No, I hadn't seen. I saw the headline. I didn't see what exactly was going on with the two people trying to get on the board or getting on the board, or they're just bored. It's actually a not busy day so far. At
No,
least
I'm looking at this.
overhead.
Like, I can see plenty of pavement. What's going on?
Yeah, it's only a 5 minute for Figment.
Well, that's a low bar. So
The other day it was 20 something, but then uh, something that I never experienced, and this is one of those things, much like Universal with the tours. I walked into Imagination the other night, and there was a cast member sitting at the reception desk. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And they're like, "Do you want to come and sit here?" So I have a picture of me sitting at the
nice.
reception desk, which you have to, I guess you can ask a cast member if they're around. Also, is it already duckling season? Because I know you can't see it, but there's 2, 4, 7 little ducklings swimming over there. This is the time where you need to zoom in. See the ramp to the left?
Yeah.
They're
Oh yeah,
walking
yeah.
along.
Yep. I mean, I think any duckling can be duckly season.
Can they be rabbit
Kyle
season
says it's
also?
rabbling season. And Mac wants to make sure we are talking about that show, Rizzullo and Isles, right? Spot on. Spot on.
What is going on? Tony, they're out Tonying you.
I know. It's my bad. I'm not on my A game. I am looking at wait times for over there, though. 40 for Test Track. 45 for
Frozen?
Soren. Frozen 70, but
Okay, so everybody's over on that side.
an
Also,
hour for Remy.
45 for Soren?
Yeah. I don't know what this means. Kyle says it's a wrench chat.
I don't know what that means.
I don't.
I do hear Joy.
I like this one. Matt goes, forget Tony. We're on our way to our full EGOT. That's all the awards, not just a Tony award.
Just gonna focus that way so you can't see me shaking my head. Yeah, Joyful is performing over there. I can hear them.
Oh.
So, what's Mac's favorite thing to eat here at Festival of the Holidays?
I don't know. Why don't we ask Mac? Mac, what's your favorite thing to eat at the Epcot International Festival of the Holidays?
Presented by.
In the meantime, while we wait for his answer, what's yours?
I don't know at this point. Like, I don't remember what I have and haven't tried this year. I had the latkes the other day. Those were pretty good.
What?
I know Max latkes.
Oh, latkes. I heard latkos. And I'm like, yes. Like latke nachos?
Yeah. Mmm. I'm guessing, has Mac answered yet? So I can guess what his answer is already.
Okay, guess what your answer is, or what his answer is.
Pastrami on rye.
That is spot on. Pastrami on rye.
I think that, like, the 2 times we've been here together, he's gotten them both times.
Got it. And then, I don't know, I think the latke nachos got his attention. Wait a minute. I love that idea.
Backstage latkes.
What do you think of the new DVC cabins at Fort Wilderness now that they've released more art?
They're cabins. I prefer the old cabin still, but yeah, I'm not like Doobie, who has this love of the cabins and how dare they make them more generic. They're cabins. I'm still, even though I live here, under the firm belief that you don't need to pay $3,000 a night for a room that you're going to be in for 7.5 hours while you sleep, shower, and do something else. Hang your hat.
Todd also pastrami on rye! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! I don't know, Kyle. I'm assuming if he goes left, it'll be his third stop. Kyle wants to know when Germ is going to China.
I'm going right, so it'll be a little while.
Okay.
When I depart for Shanghai, it will be Saturday night at 9 p.m. So send all the love messages and anything else, because 30 hours later, I will get to Shanghai at some point.
Is Joyful still happening?
Yeah.
Let's go look real quick.
Also, I really want to know what time the barges go on stage, because I've never seen them since before this off stage. I'm enjoying the backup dancers down here. These two are totally getting into it, making the show great.
Join them.
Oh, yeah.
I just love this time of the year because in my family, we celebrate Christmas and Kwanzaa, the wonderful African-American holiday tradition of culture and community.
Oh, yeah, you know, Kwanzaa encourages us to be events like shining stars. So in the spirit of Kwanzaa,
So does anybody need any Pandora jewelry?
Is that in there right now?
Yeah, they took over this back corner. It's all Pandora
wow.
now. And if you spend, well, it was if you spent $250, you got a free bag.
Well, you know, you can spend any amount of money at a Disney gift shop and get a free bag.
Depends on where you are. Some places you have to pay extra for that bag. Oh, I don't think I've seen this Kermit bag.
Yeah, I should say in Walt Disney World.
Yeah. Also, it is very warm in here right now. I'm walking.
I think this is excitement from Todd Stone. Pandora is spreading to other parks.
Yes, but don't say Disney California Adventure.
Is it not there? I thought it was in the back of Elias & Co.
Oh no, that was
that entrance closer to Hollywood Land.
That was jumping back to
that
IAPA.
Pandora.
So
that's just going to be. No, they did say California Adventure, but they didn't. I mean, what?
Yeah. You couldn't see when I was walking out of the port of entry shop, but it looked like Canada was testing their popcorn lights for Harmonious.
Oh, nice.
It was a smoke detector going
for
on.
What show?
Luminous. Didn't you hear me say Luminous? I said Luminous. It's so difficult at this point. Like, I'm just going to start calling it Harmonious the Symphony of Us so I can remember every time.
Do you know what I keep calling it? And it kind of skips Harmonious. I keep calling it I keep calling it Illuminous. a hybrid of illuminations and luminous. And I go, I just don't like that I do that.
I saw it last night with two people who had not seen it, and they both also I absolutely loved the show. And we were walking, and we just stopped in between America and Japan, and just we were behind a row of people, and you know what? Looked great. Didn't have to fight. Didn't have to do anything. You could just stand wherever you like. And we found all the people.
Are you familiar with Pixar's Turning Red?
It's set in Canada.
Well, that leads me up. If they were to have an Epcot attraction, would it be in Canada or would it be in China?
I would probably guess more in China, just because. Well, now that it's coming out in theaters, hopefully more people will actually
And
see it.
you helped me land where I was going next. Turning
Yeah.
Red coming to theaters in February.
I
Yes,
mean,
it's on Disney Plus, but go see it in
Yeah.
a theater.
It's kind of funny that hopefully people go see it in theaters. The Holiday Voyageurs will be performing, and I can attest. Last night we were eating at Rose and Crown, and they are very loud. This view right over here is a beautiful view, as long as you kind of move away from the tree branches, because there are some upper pyro shells, so you want to see those.
Kyle says it goes to Canada. The movie's about the immigrant life. It makes no sense to have it in China.
Because when I start running low on Bevnaps, if we're supposed to greet with Bevnaps, I'll make a joke out of it.
Yeah, yes, it should, but
Bring only one Bevnaps.
let's see who
or like
actually
one Bevnaps
knows that before it goes to theaters and breaks box office records.
Wouldn't that be something?
Did you hear what short?
I'd have a party. I'd book out a moose lodge somewhere and have a party.
Did you hear what short they're going to show before it, though?
No.
I'm not going to say it. But it is an old Walt Disney short from, I think, the 40s that you can only find if you look on YouTube. It's the story.
I think I know what joke you're trying to
avoid saying. Yes.
That's a Benji joke right there.
If you want to know the punchline to that joke, send an email to punchlines@laughingplace.com.
I'm just laughing at our editor getting that in the inbox. What?
Please, Juby does that all the time when we're talking. He's like, send it to this at Laughing. And I asked him once, like, does that? He goes, yeah, it just goes to the main email.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Kyle is kind of where I was. I'm like Kitbull. I'm like, well, I was thinking of Burrow, but Burrow was supposed to debut with Soul, so that could be. But like, we were being all serious. Like, well, what would it be?
Yeah, no. It fits right with the movie, though.
There was the people who do the big displays, they posted one for like theatrical, like ads, and they posted one that they had done for Turning Red, but it never went to theaters, even though it was intended to. And I'm like, oh, maybe they'll pull it off the shelf and actually use them, but at the same time, I think a lot of them got sold or destroyed. I saw the Encanto Skyliner in the wild for the first time the other day. I was excited. It's the little things.
I saw the Encanto bus randomly at one point. I was like, oh, that's just looks different than. Yeah. There's the sun again.
We've seen the son twice. Find the daughter.
There's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. Yeah, so just strolling through World Showcase.
Which
I
is
don't
your
hear any.
favorite of the festival Santas around the world?
Um, I didn't hear which of your favorite festival. It was either booth or storyteller. If it was booth, it was going to be Shanghai because they're skewers, which I had about 20 of the other night. If it's storytellers, I will always love the barn Santa.
It was storytellers. I said
Yeah.
Santas though. What is that? Norway?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that one is probably the one that I have seen the most out of any of the storytellers, mostly because that is usually when it last year, and I think the previous few years, it used to be every other pavilion would have their storyteller so you could walk. And then when you got to the other side, the afternoon storytellers would start, so you'd walk back the other way. So I would always catch Barn Santa right at the right time. If anybody needs any popcorn, there is some. Oh, it smells like caramel.
Oh, that's the good stuff. That's probably from Werther's up ahead.
What time is it right now? It is
351.
4 o'clock. That's a bit long to wait for that one. We can't vamp that long. It's 3:51. Wow, that's what happens when I'm late to the game. But yeah, here is everybody.
Where does this pinch point rank amongst Disney parks pinch point?
This one's pretty high, especially right in this little area. Last night, the dining plan for the seating for Brendan Fraser was back to here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we came out from America and kept walking and walking and walking, and finally got back to here, and we weren't even the end of the line. Like it kept growing after us. So I don't know if any of the standby line actually made it in last night or not. But I know we'll probably pass by the standby line because the first show is after 5, and those diehard. And what was the funniest thing when they introduced him? They introduced him as best known for Mummy. And I was like, really? That's what he's best known for? I would have gone,
What are the alternatives?
well, he did happen to win an Academy Award for Whale, and they talk about that, but they don't even.
But how many
mention
people
George.
saw the whale?
Oh, how many people saw George of the Jungle, but they didn't talk about that?
I don't think anybody saw George of the Jungle.
Man,
the only one I would argue
Biodome.
with is Encino Man. I personally would say Airheads.
Yeah. Here's the end of the line for the dining package for the first
And the
show.
first, what is that, 5:45?
5:15, 5:30.
So Kyle comments going with our back and forth. Heads best known for the Mummy.
This line is crazy. Remember what dining?
Maintained.
It wasn't last night. I can attest to that. The crowd control for the 8:30 show was a bit out of hand because everybody was just trying to push in to get into it. And they're like, you didn't do the dining package. You go back over to Equatorial Africa and get in line for the standby to not get a chance to see it.
Todd says Blast from the Past, also a good selection.
Isn't that the one where he was trapped in...
he was
frozen
born in the bomb shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then goes up for the first time to late 90s, early 2000s LA.
5:15, you were correct.
Yeah.
I'm also glad you said Equatorial Africa Because if you talk to cast members there, or at least a few years ago, they weren't supposed to acknowledge that that was ever Equatorial Africa or going to be Africa. And they even tried telling me once, no, it's Australia, which I didn't believe at all. And then you go see Luminous, and when it does the firing point with all the hellos in different languages, it says Karabooty from that one, which is
From Australia.
Africa. Definitely not Australia. If it's Australia, then they're lying to me at the other part, at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
That's not a zoo. Let's go see it when the Voice of Liberty are on.
Speaking of blasts from the past,
Oh,
Voices
they're on
of
right
Liberty.
now. With quite a crowd. Okay, since we can't get close, I want to walk over here so you can actually see the crowd for Voice of Liberty today. Here's a view you never get.
It's a pixelated view because your signal's kind of cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, the floor was full and it was almost back to the gallery. So that's a pretty good crowd for Voice of Liberty.
It looks like they had some VIP seats up at the upper level.
Very important cast member seats.
Ah,
Those were the cast members waiting for everybody to go rushing up the escalator in the Hall of Flags.
Todd says the backside of Singers. I saw the backside of Singers once, but that was when I used to work at a fashion supply store stocking the sewing machines. Hold for applause. Okay.
So let's continue on. Here we can play the fun. Oh, look, the musicians are heading in.
Not a lot of pomp and circumstance when they get there.
Line is definitely switching back on the little parts of Italy. I can't tell if it's going past Italy to Germany yet or not. I do feel
And
like
again, this
walking
is
up
for
to
the 5:15.
Yeah. And the other side was completely full and still going. So I hate to be the naysayer, but
Say it.
nay,
Yep.
nay. Yeah,
That's a cute little bounding couple.
it was very cute. I love that. So the end of the line is here at Italy.
See, now you're tracing my family roots. Do you think it'll go further?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's only five, or it's only 4, and it's the 5:15, and then there's 2 more shows.
Yeah, last night I know that people were, I'm sure some of those people are already accepting that they're not going to be in this show, so they're hoping to be in the next one, which means they're waiting multiple hours.
Yeah.
Which I understand. I've waited all day at Disneyland for Candlelight. I've waited multiple hours here for Candlelight, but I'm also a local. It's rough, especially with the dining package being. Dining package used to hey, here's the front half of the theater. Now it's everything in the theater is dining package.
Do you ever play the DuckTales game still?
I heard you, and then you broke up.
Do you ever play the DuckTales game still?
I have not, because I defeated it the first 2 days, but I do love it. We actually posted on our Instagram today pictures of the beach club's gingerbread carousel that is not just DuckTales, but it is the DuckTales World Showcase Adventure, including the very creepy looking plum gold globe.
I like playing the Germany one a lot because you go to the trains and they have the figures. There's like a little town square, and they get zombified at one point, and their eyes glow red. And
Oh,
if
I
you go
haven't gotten that one.
and if you go trigger that effect, and nobody knows you're playing, people start to freak out. It's great.
Oh, that happens here with the Glockenspiel, but it's nowhere near as zombie figures. No. Germany, where Christmas all started. You know, it was in a German church where the organ broke, that Franz went to Father Joseph and said, Father Joseph, the organ is broke. We cannot do... But I only know 3 chords. Well, then we'll write a song with those 3 chords. And then Silent Night was born.
Okay, but where does Hans come into the picture with Franz? And how do they start like working out and stuff? Where did that happen?
It's after he gets thrown off the knock plaza.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Let's go find a pickle street. Wow. Okay, never mind. So there are lines for both registers in there that go into different stores. I don't even want to see what the caramel line is.
That makes the story of the spilled caramel popcorn all the more tragic.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. People pay, $12 for the popcorn. That's a little bit of the popcorn. People pay $15 for their beer, and you spill 2 drops of it. Work out that percentage. I feel like I could just get this and some apples and walk around the World Showcase and be very happy.
Have you done that before?
Not yet. But they don't sell just plain apples in there. But I would come with a bushel of apples and get some of the blissful caramel and just walk around dipping my... It's like I'm in a stroller and I have I'm getting apples from the adults. There's the
Tyler says, "Hi guys, happy Thursday." Hi Tyler, and Alex says, "Hi" as well. Tyler
Hi.
Also says, 12 days until Christmas. Where are we on the freeform list with that then?
Have we watched Elf 25 times or?
I don't think I've watched any Christmas movies yet this year.
No, I haven't watched Die Hard yet. Batman.
Here, talk about Die Hard for 45 seconds. Go.
I think Tony has to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to talk about 45 seconds of him going to the bathroom. So over here we have the Holiday Market, which is the basin, and they have some really cute stuff. I saw this. There was some other live stream that came by here and looked at all this stuff. I was like, oh, that's really cute. This bath bomb box, which if you're going by weight of your suitcase, that alone could fill it up. Some body butter. That's a shower bomb. How do shower bombs work? Somebody put those in the notes. How do shower bombs work?
Well, we went from Die Hard to shower bombs in the time I was gone, which was not the bathroom, by the way.
I just want to know how a shower bomb works. What does that do?
It is my understanding it explodes your shower.
No. Festival merchandise, which I will tell you right now, if you're cold, one of the best things you could ever get is that blanket right there. right there. It is worth.
I don't have
second.
that picture, Andy, but
I'm not sure what this one is.
those appear to be gloves and scarves.
R. Nichols Holiday Shop. It's got luggage tags, gloves, pieces of art,
Luggage tags.
bookmarks. Yeah. Luggage tags for $8. It's funny. Equatorial Africa smells like spilt beer.
You just made me flash back to one of my favorite Epcot stories with friends. I was on Living with the Land, and there was a kid behind us, or maybe in front of us, but he just goes, and they're like, and here, the American Prairie, whatever the dialogue from the right is, and the kid in front of us goes, maybe 6 years old. The American Prairie smells like burnt pizza because of the restaurant upstairs.
Yeah. Look, I'm coming up on China.
Here you go, Kyle. He's almost there.
I'm also glad that I don't need to walk back into the back corner and look through the trees anymore. This is very
That's so
interesting.
funny. Kyle, Jeremiah, what shirt are you wearing today?
None.
Okay, well, sorry to everybody else at the park today.
It is. No, like I said, I spilled on what I was wearing and then had to rush home to change my shirt, so I just grabbed anything that I could.
The Roosevelt's Friends of Laughing Place and me and Jeremiah.
Providers of amazing clothing since 2012. Yes.
They're 2012? I thought they were newer than that.
No, they've been around since then. They weren't originally clothing. I forget what it was that they originally marketed, but then they moved into clothing. And for those of you who know, backpacks. But don't talk about the backpacks, please.
Yeah. We'll go back to that topic in a second, but I brought that up because they just dropped their Pixar hoodies 7 minutes ago.
Is there doors?
There is doors, and it's already sold out.
Yeah.
Shocked. But Kyle brought up that the hoodies are here, so that's why I said it. And Mac is now convinced that you're just walking around Epcot shirtless. And then Kyle goes, no shirt, must be into Small World Showcase.
Oh.
Well, he didn't say anything about pants, so I'm assuming Jeremiah is wearing pants also.
I have shoes on. Oh, look, Mulan.
Well, then you're halfway to getting served.
I haven't seen Mulan in here meeting and greeting in a while, so that's nice. Let's go in and look at Jeremiah's upcoming trip.
Dated around 2016.
Yeah. And for those of you not knowing what we're talking about, I'm heading to Shanghai in just a few days because the new Zootopia area is opening, and we will have full coverage of that whenever time travel works out for me. This is a fun one, the Tarzan show, which we do have the video up on our YouTube channel that left in, I think, 2018. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear Kevin Lima tweet about that. I didn't know it was gone.
Yeah, I didn't either until I started looking. I was like, oh, yeah. It was an amazing show. Camp Discovery, that's something I'm really looking forward to doing more of because...
Are you going to do the rope course?
I did one of the rope courses when I was there when it opened, but this time I'm looking forward to doing as much as I can.
Emil has a very important question. Are the terracotta soldiers still in China?
No.
They were right where you are now. Yeah.
Were originally from the temporary theme park that existed here in Florida. because I remember Marty Sklar telling the story of where those came from, and it was, I don't remember what the name of the park was.
Splendid China.
Yeah, they bought them at a fire sale. They just like, we need to do something with these.
Which is ironic because if they stayed there, they would have been set on fire, like by all the people who decided to do some urban exploring.
So yeah, we will have pictures and video of most of this.
I have a favor to ask of you while you're in Shanghai. Just get a good video of the Crystal Grotto boat ride.
That's always a challenge, and that is one of the things I want to do, because it's much like the Jungle Cruise where they just shove you in there. And I've tried I went on I think twice, and neither time I could get a good video. And I think Kyle may have tried also. It was very difficult. And the best of the Buzz Lightyear attractions, mostly because it uses the digital technology. And here's merchandise from Tron Legacy that for some reason they just shipped to Shanghai when Tron opened. I will also do the jet packs because that was something I didn't do the first time I was there, which is the rocket jets, but sitting there. Wouldn't it be great if I could live stream from China?
Can you not?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. They call it the Great Wi-Fi Wall because everything is blocked over there. So that's going to be one of the biggest challenges for you guys on this side when all my videos and photos are hopefully in a Google Drive and hopefully can be accessed.
I hope so too. Otherwise, why am I up till 3 a.m?
Are you up on the 19th?
I don't know actually.
Well, no, because it's 11 hours ahead from here. So
I'm gonna look at that date. Hold on.
Thanks for joining us for Work Talk here at Laughing Place live stream.
It happens every stream. Come on.
Yeah. There's the Shanghai Holiday Kitchen. Some great food there. And then we're coming up to Norway.
Oh, wait, you leave on the 16th?
Yes, I get there on the 18th at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, then no, that's not me. Never mind.
Yeah. No, the 19th is when all the pomp and circumstance will happen. It is also nice that right now it's high 60s, low 70s right now, and in Shanghai it'll be high 30s, low 40s for me. So,
is that Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Fahrenheit. I'm packing some shorts, some t-shirts, and I'll light those on fire to keep me warm at some point. Hey, I think we're in time for the barn Santa.
Oh, okay.
Well, everybody's kind of gathering around. I see a cast member talking.
I'm used to him doing it on the the other side, but that was before this was even a thing. It's a nice little setup, though. Let's find the time here. It might be 4:15. Let's look.
Oh no, it's right now. You can hear.
Yeah, it's 4:15. If you didn't say barn Santa, I would have thought the Swedish chef is coming.
Seems there'd be a big Christmas tree. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, friends. My goodness, you're already all gathered together. How nice. Well, hello, everyone. Oh, what a good-looking group. And you, sir. Yes. I suppose I should introduce myself. I am the legendary Barn Santa. Here in Norway, they call me Fjols Nissen. Now, sometimes people can't see me, so they think I don't exist. And you can see me, can't you? Oh, good, yes, I can see you too. Now, this time of year in Norway, people say "god jul." So let's all try that together, shall we? On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. God jul! Oh, yeah. It would be a god jul, except every Christmas it's the same. Sigrid, who is on her way here now, she doesn't see me because she doesn't believe I exist. Say, you wouldn't mind if I take the liberty of using a little magic and mischief to help Sigrid with her story, would you? Huh? Who knows? Maybe this year she just might believe. Huh? Oh, here she comes. Get rid of this. Oh, there we go.
Hello! My goodness! Hello, everyone! So good to see so many smiling faces. Good, yours? Oh, yes, very good. That is how we say Merry Christmas in Norway. Very, very good. Oh, and what a Merry Christmas it is! Look at all of these lovely decorations. So cute. Hello there. My name is Sigrid, and I am the holiday ambassador for the Norway Pavilion, and I am so excited to tell you all about Christmases in Norway. But first, here is a little bit of a Christmas song sung by children of all ages, the Mouse Song, or Use Lisa. Oh, that must be a bird, and in my key. Thank you, Disney. I just love Epcot. Right, here we go. When nights are getting longer and lakes will freeze to ice, Mother Mouse warns strongly about a foul device. You must avoid the mouse trap, but there is not to fear. We'll all be celebrating at Christmas time this year. Everyone, high song, a hot song, a holla, holla, holla. I'm really good in Maskalale, show me again. High song, a hot song, a holla, holla, holla. I'm really good in Maskalale, show me The Father Mouse says that it's time to take a nap. Just dream about the Yuletide and not that awful trap. The Father Mouse is keeping lots of children try to sleep. They all hum Christmas carols instead of counting sheep. Again.
Hey, and hoodoo and toodle-on-doo. A Merry Christmas season is good for me and you. A hype son, a hop son, a fa-la-la-la-la. A Yulet bell in Maskalali, Tom and Barry Claw. A Yulet bell in Maskalali, Tom and Barry Claw. Yulet bell in Maskalali, Tom and Barry Claw.
All across Norway, the holidays are family time. Not exactly how you celebrate the holidays depends on if you live in a big fancy city, or like me, on one of our wonderful Norwegian farms. Now, in the city, they might celebrate by going to concerts, or festivals, or church services, or my favorite, parties. And in the city, like many of you, they are visited by Santa Claus, yes? But on our farms, many families like mine still celebrate the tradition of the Christmas Mesa, which is kind of like a Christmas gnome, yes? Now, there are two types of this Mesa. There's Julenissen, who is much like Santa Claus. He comes on Christmas Eve and brings the children presents. And then there's Fjersnissen. He lives in the haylofts of our barns. It's not creepy at all. Now, this Fjersnissen, also known as the Barn Santa, is a wonderful yet strange little elf who is the guardian of our farm animals and our welfare, yes? Now, most people believe that he looks like, he looks like this silly-looking stuffed toy over here, huh?
It is said that especially at Christmas time, you must treat your barn Santa with respect. For if you don't, he has been known to cause a bit of mischief in one way or another. But I have lived on a farm my entire life, and in all of my Christmases, I have never seen this year's Nissen. No, even when I was a little girl, and all of my friends said that they could see him. Even my best friend Marta. Oh, she was so excited. Sigrid! Sigrid! I saw him! I saw the barn Santa! Last night they snuck out to the barn while the porridge was still hot, just like we said we would. And then I hid behind the hay, and then there he was! Marta, you don't have to lie. I know the barn Santa isn't real. It's okay. But Sigrid, I saw him with my own 2 eyes. He was right there in the barn. Didn't you see him too, Sigrid? But I didn't see anything. So all this talk about the barn Santa is neither here nor there, is it? No, because we all know that these mischief makers do not exist, except in stories and in fairy tales. Yes?
Toodle-a-loo!
Did you get that? No. Too much coffee. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh, yes. They do not exist.
Unless they do exist and are therefore very clever and mischievous indeed.
Now, it is said that this barn Santa is a very old and rather odd-looking little gnome. He looks like this.
That's not true!
I'm sorry, ma'am. Did you say something? No? No, I'm hearing things. Well, no. Christmas! Oh, in Norway, it's my favorite time of year! We have festive decorations, like these over here. And, the smell of the holiday cookies just fills the air. But here's the best part. In Norway, we have a 3-day celebration.
Toodle-a-loo! Oh, yes, we celebrate with a party. We like to party. We like to party. We like to toodle-a-loo.
Ooh, celebrate. You celebrate. Our biggest celebration is on Christmas Eve. That would be ridiculous. I really need to cut back on the caffeine. Now, in the middle of the day, about 12 o'clock or so, everything closes up early. The bells in the chapel ring, and everyone returns home to their families to begin the celebration. And then, in the evening, it's lights out. As the entire house is illuminated by the soft glow of candlelight. Now, after a big feast, everyone gets excited, especially the kids, because they know that in the next room is the Christmas tree. Now, all of the adults do the decorating, and the children, they are not allowed to see until, Mama! Mama! Is that tree ready? Yes, Sigrid. The tree is ready. Would you like to come and see it? Mama, it's beautiful. Excuse me. The rest of the evening is spent exchanging gifts and singing Christmas carols around the Christmas tree until very late at night. But the children, they don't forget about their barn Santas. No, they leave him treats too.
Toodle-a-loo! Oh, yes, they leave me treats too. And in exchange, I watch their crops for them each year. They leave me a great big bowl of rice porridge. Oh, yes, rice porridge with cinnamon and sugar and a little pat of butter right on top. Now, I know that doesn't sound like much of a treat to all of you, but believe me, when the kiddies leave me a nice steaming bowl of rice porridge in the hayloft, oh, it warms me up on a cold winter's night. High in fiber, too. Toodle-addle-oo.
Now you know. Where's my spoon? Oh, you will never guess what the children leave their barn, Santa. But go ahead and try. What do you think? Yeah. Wait, yes. Yes, rice. That's breakfast amongst all of you. Some cinnamon and sugar and yes, Father. And sometimes the adults leave him a sign of ale. But how did you all know this? Huh? Who told you? The barn Santa. Oh, my sweet friends. I have just spent this entire time trying to tell you. He does not exist. It's you!
It's me!
You're him!
I'm him!
It's him! Goodness, have you always been there?
Oh, I was here the whole time, Cedric.
When we opened our presents on Christmas Eve.
I was there.
And when the whole family woke up early on Christmas Day.
Oh, I was there, too.
And when Martha saw you, but I didn't.
Oh, I was there for all of it.
So Martha was right. Oh, Nathan, I have always wanted to believe in you. Thank you, everyone. Doesn't Doc know I can see him? Here's Nathan. May I give you a hug?
Oh, do you indeed? Now that's more like it. Well, kiddies, looks like we made a believer out of the lovely Seagrey after all. And with that, I hereby dub all of you honorary Christmas magic makers for the rest of the night. Give yourselves a round of applause. Oh, well, I'd best get back to the hayloft, get ready for the big day. Oh, but before I go, kiddies, friends, remember, uphold the values of Christmas. Be kind, spread joy and cheer, and be good to your barn Santa throughout the new year. Good Yule! Oh, yes. Oh, hello. How nice to see everyone.
I got a little nervous towards the end there because it seemed like the wind picked up quite a bit.
Oh, it did. I was watching the tree, and I was just like, oh, this could be a really good video in a second. So there we go.
So why don't we complete the loop and get back to that big Christmas tree, and then we'll wrap up from there.
Okie dokie.
Now, I remember when I saw that show, it has been a while, but when I saw that a few years ago, they were still doing like the bloop and that whole bit.
Yeah, which I enjoy more. Like this one is, they evolve the stories each year and try to make them more accurate, or however accurate it can be. But yeah, I miss the boop where it'd be them freezing and the kid would have the bell. And yeah, this one changed. I believe it was last year they updated, and they updated quite a few of the stories last year. So it is always changing and evolving.
Like Epcot as a whole.
Everything in this story could change time and time again.
Now, that was the quote that was on the Mickey statue, right? For Disney 100?
Yes.
For those that don't recall, that's a joke referencing a statue that debuted at Disneyland in January of this year. And people got pretty picky about that quote that was on the statue.
I know. If you can dream it, you can do it. By Walt Disney. I don't know what's wrong with that.
I can't remember what it said.
It all started with the mouse, but it was the punctuation or something was inaccurate, I believe. It was something, nitpicky, but not overly nitpicky where it was completely false.
No, because it's accurate. They changed it, but
Okay, yeah, the wind is really
yeah.
picking up right now.
I got a weather alert saying wind warnings, but no like rain or anything like that. It seems.
No, the rain is supposed to hold off till Saturday, where it's supposed to be cold
Thank you,
and
Kyle. Kyle coming in clutch. It all started with a mouse versus it was all started by a mouse.
it was all started by a cat, really, named Julius, but that's
And a
me
human
being
girl named Alice.
nitpicky. Ooh, the the booth we just walked by is very barbecuey. Asha is out. She's not out in her winter cloak, which I saw the other day. It's very, again, that's a whole other thing of coming around to get the winter clothes for the characters. Oh, look.
And that's
Joyful's
something that
starting
like
again.
you can't figure out
No,
unless you
because
go and you know it's cold.
yeah, and even then, like Asha's not in hers, but Moana is in hers.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Aurora was in hers, and Belle during this time of the year is usually out in her red dress anyway.
Max says it was all started via mouse.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna sign off because this breeze is getting pretty bad out here.
All right, folks. Well, from Epcot, so long, everybody. Remember, like, subscribe, ring that bell to get notified whenever we go live. Coming up this weekend, we have Disney Trivia Live, hosted by Doobie and Gideon, Saturday, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. Next week, all kinds of fun. This weekend, we still have the Children and Family Emmys coverage. You're going to Shanghai on Saturday, so we'll have updates from Shanghai throughout the week. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, get notified, all that jazz. From Epcot at Walt Disney World, during the International Festival of the Holidays. I am trying to find a video here, and I can't seem to.
Bye, everybody!
Bye, everybody.